right, well, today I'll be talking about how much cologne helps with attracting women. The short answer is yes and no, but there's much more to it. Cologne is really interesting. For women that find you attractive, cologne can definitely really help. However, if you don't meet the initial looks threshold for a woman, no amount of cologne is going to help you. You could put on the best smelling cologne in the world, and it still won't help you create attraction. There are some really good signature colognes such as Paco Rabanne, Dior Sauvage, and Creed that really do smell amazing. The signature colognes tend to last longer than the cheaper ones. They typically last 6 or more hours, sometimes even up to about 13 hours, just depending on the specific cologne. Signature colognes also help to, they have more of like a projection than cheaper colognes. So if a girl is standing closer to you, she'll be able to, or even further away, she'll tend to be able to smell your cologne. What cologne can do is give a good first impression on a date, make you much more enjoyable to be around, especially if the cologne is a scent that she really likes. So let's just say you're meeting a girl for a first date. You walk up and give her a hug. When you see her for the first time, she's going to smell your cologne, especially if it's a signature cologne. And this can really help in like giving you a great first impression. Like the first 5 seconds, she sees you, she's smelling a really good cologne. That's definitely a really good start to especially a first date. And it can really help if the girl finds you attractive. So if she sees you and she finds you physically appealing, the cologne can really help to make her more comfortable. You're more pleasant to be around. It really helps you on that first date, especially. However, outside of giving a girl a hug, a lot of colognes, especially if they're not a signature cologne, they don't have a lot of projection. And let's just say you're talking to her from a few feet away or you're across the table. She may not be able to smell your cologne a lot of the time. Some colognes you really have to be like up close to someone to be able to really smell. So they kind of lose their effectiveness, especially like the cheaper ones or like the mid-tier brands. I've also found that most girls have already made up their mind about you well before she's able to smell the cologne on you. My most recent experience with cologne is when I was on a date with a girl at a restaurant. We were chatting, the conversation was flowing. She was attracted to me enough. And midway through the date, she commented and say, "By the way, you smell amazing. Like, I don't know what it is you're wearing, but it smells so good." I was wearing a Dior Sauvage Elixir, which is a signature cologne, and it just smells amazing. It's probably the best smelling cologne I've ever had, to be honest. That's the power of like having a really good cologne, and the girl does find you attractive. And she has to definitely find you attractive. She can't be like on the fence about you or think you're all right. Cologne's not really going to it's not going to have that same effect. But if a girl, views you as highly attractive to her, cologne is going to be that force that like really helps in escalating things further. And that's just from my opinion, my experience, to be honest. When it comes to wearing cologne in nightclubs and bars, cologne, in my opinion, is far less effective in a nightlife scenario. Most guys, when they go out, they're going to be wearing cologne with the hopes of, attracting a woman. So when pretty much all guys are wearing cologne, it kind of doesn't, like you wearing a cologne, even like a signature cologne, it kind of doesn't really help you stand out as much, especially when everyone's doing it. Most guys are going to be wearing a cheaper brand of cologne, and there's going to be some guys wearing brands like Creed, Dior Sauvage, Paco Rabanne. So unless a girl gets really close to you or she's dancing with you and she's, up close and personal with you, she won't even really be able to tell that it's you wearing the cologne. And also in a bar or nightclub setting, she's going to be much more focused on, your face, your bone structure, your height, and your physique and things like your hair. She's going to be seeing those first. If she doesn't like those, she's not going to want to get up close enough to smell your cologne. Also style will play a role as well in a nightlife scenario. I think all those factors definitely play more than... However, if you are dancing close to the girl, she will be able to smell your cologne. Although a lot of nightclubs, they tend to kind of blast their own smells in the air. So it kind of makes the spritzes of cologne that you put on much less effective. But sometimes, depending if it's a bar or club that's less crowded, or you're in an area of the club, maybe you're outside on like the deck or something like that, and she's up close and she smells your cologne, she might comment on it. It definitely helps in that regard. But I definitely think in a nightlife scenario, it's definitely much less effective overall. Sometimes a certain cologne can make a girl like really attracted to you. Sometimes that certain smell like just really appeals to her for whatever reason. And what happens is she starts to like associate you with that smell over time. I've definitely had that happen before. With the girl I'm dating right now. I've worn the same cologne every time I see her, and she she always comments on it. She's like, this is your smell. This is your smell. This is your cologne. So that definitely can happen. Cologne can definitely create an impression. If it's a smell the girl really likes, maybe she likes lavender smell, or she likes vanilla, and you just happen to be wearing that cologne, it can definitely help in making her more physically, more sexually attracted to you. I will say that wearing too much cologne can definitely be off-putting to some women, especially if it's not a smell they particularly enjoy. So let's just say you're wearing like a spicier, muskier type cologne, and the woman you're on a date with doesn't like that smell. Maybe she likes a vanilla smell or lavender flavor more, and you're wearing that spicy cologne, you're wearing a lot of it. It actually really might turn her off. So she may have found you very attractive, but because you're kind of basked in this spicier cologne, I'm not saying cologne can make you less physically appealing, but I think if a woman doesn't enjoy the smell that's kind of in the air on the date, it can actually kind of turn them off a bit. I've definitely heard that from other guys, and there's even been a time I'll tell a story about it where a girl had said that she wasn't attracted to my scent. And I was wearing Dior Sauvage. So it also goes to show that, one cologne may turn a girl on, and the same cologne can turn another girl off. It just comes down to, their sense of smell and what they like ultimately. It's really hit or miss, to be honest. I will say in a group setting, I'll say that it's definitely pleasant to be around someone that smells good. And I think women really like it when, they're in a group of people and someone's wearing a nice cologne. It makes, overall, I think it's easier to be around someone that smells good. And I've even seen it, when I'm wearing cologne, it's just like people are more drawn to you in a subtle way. They're more open to talking to you because you smell good. It's a scent that's like pleasant to be around. It's definitely much better than when someone smells like dank BO, or just smells terrible. Nobody wants to be around that. So cologne definitely helps, even if it doesn't turn you in from it. Even if, say you're a 5, cologne's not going to make you a 6, but it'll make you a 5 that smells really good. It's kind of the gist of everything. But all in all, cologne definitely helps and can give you a, small to big boost if a woman is already attracted to you, particularly with like a signature brand. Occasionally, you'll get a comment. They'll tell you smell amazing. It was kind of funny. One time I was walking into the grocery store. There was like this older lady. She might have been in her late 50s, probably early 60s, mid 60s, something like that. And she commented, she's like, "Wow, you smell good. What are you wearing?" And I turned around and I was like, "Yeah, I'm wearing Dior Sauvage." She's like, "Oh, I never heard of it, but man, it smells amazing." Of course, she wasn't attractive. She was super old and pretty overweight. So but it just goes to show it was feedback in a way of like, okay, she's 5 feet behind me and she's able to smell my cologne. So, all in all, I think it's good. I think, anytime you can wear cologne, whether it's to a social gathering or a bar or a club or, school or work, if you put it on lightly, wearing cologne can't hurt you. It won't hurt you at all unless you're doused in it, of course. But if you just spritz it subtly, a few, maybe 2 sprays in your neck, spray on each wrist, and maybe a spray in the back of your neck, and you're good to go. Cologne's never going to hurt you. It's only really going to help you in the end. It's interesting. There's a lot of people like you've probably seen Jeremy Fragrance or Mr. Aaron Marino that'll tell you until they're blue in the face that all you need to do is wear a little cologne and women will be all over you. Sadly, this is not the case. Cologne definitely, like I said, cologne definitely helps, but it definitely doesn't have that insane effect. Who knows? Maybe they'll come out with like a universal type cologne that makes you 100 times more attractive. But until then, it's really just a bonus. And take my word, however you want it. At the end of the day, I think for guys like that, Jeremy Fragrance, Aaron Marino, they're excellent marketers. They're really good marketers. It's for them, it's a marketing strategy. They'll be every other week, every month they're recommending a different cologne, and they spice it up and make it seem like it's gonna be life changing, and they make a ton of money from it, through affiliate marketing. And I'm here to tell you that the truth is somewhere in the middle. At the end of the day. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like, comment down below your experience with cologne, and feel free to subscribe. Until next time, take care.